Hello, and welcome to the I Love You Bet podcast. I'm Heather, and this is my sister,
Rian. Each week, we will revisit relics of our childhoods using our multiple master's degrees
to critically evaluate the crap that consumed our misspent youth. So join us,
sisters, latchkey kids, cuspers, and lazy feminists as we look back at our past to say, I love you, but...
Happy summer break.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How's your summer break going? What's going on? Tell me, sister, how have you wasted time?
It's going very, very well. Graduation was awesome because I love graduation.
Yes.
It's my absolute favorite thing, and I had to miss it last year because I don't know, got norovirus or food poisoning or something. But of course, that also means that I cried a whole lot because I had like 2 years, and also because like all my emotions live right here under my like double chin under my neck, at my neck, because I'm in therapy. So they're always like right here, just ready to like jump out, happy, sad, all the things. But people like ask me what I love about teaching like students, adults, and all that. And I think that for me and my form of neurodivergence, it's like having a series of a reality TV show, right? Where it's like I get a new cast every year. And so like graduation's like, and it has like a definitive start and a definitive end, which is nice. Where I feel like normal jobs are just like the same thing every day. Like there's no, it's just, I could see how it become very redundant. And when I worked in jobs like that, it became very redundant. So that is one thing that I really, really love. And I like having graduation to be like this lovely celebration of the end of it. So I've been watching a lot of stuff.
Yeah? Tell me 2 things.
So the most recently, I really binged that show, Alice and Steve, on Hulu.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
No, but it's on my list.
It is really good because, like, obviously, like, I binged it. So, like, really, really good. I watched it basically in, like, a day, or, like, started one day and finished the next day. So maybe I didn't binge it, I guess. I don't know what the official definition of binging is, but, you know, I figure if I watch an entire season in more than, like, 48 hours, for me, that counts.
I'm gonna throw a definition out there. If you watch at least 2 episodes back to back, we're gonna call it a binge.
Okay, then I definitely binged it. So
okay, good job.
It's really, really good. And that's all I'm going to say. It's very, very funny and awkward and germane and something like that.
Yeah.
And not just in Disney. Singy-songies. Which, fun thing, this morning on the way to camp, because Elliot is doing YMCA camp, which is absolutely the best money I have ever spent.
Awesome.
Sorry, I was reluctant to put him in camp, which I did not do last year, and it was absolutely fucking terrible. And I could talk about that more in a second, too. But anyways, this morning on the way to camp, he was like, can we...
One moment. I could talk about that a lot, too, but please continue. Yep. Go ahead.
He asked if we could listen to the You're Dead song.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Robots Can Fly to the Conchords.
Yeah.
We listened to that, and then I was like, can I play maybe some of their other songs for you? So we listened to Hip Hopopotamus and Rhymenoceros.
Nice.
And then Boom King, or Boom.
Yeah.
And I forgot that there's maybe some not child appropriate stuff in these songs, but then I was like, he listens to Beyonce, so I'm cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only real concern, I guess, is because he is starting to talk to people more about things in his life and have conversations. I'm becoming more like, oh, wait, like, I'm okay with this, but if he shares these things with another person or repeats these things, like, how am I going to handle that? Obviously, I watched Off Campus because everybody watched Off Campus.
I did not watch Off Campus.
Okay, well, most normal people watched Off Campus.
Normal?
Like,
rude.
Have you intentionally not watched it, or is it a time thing?
It's mostly a time thing, and I'm trying to do this budget conscious thing where, like, I really, really, really wanted to watch the PITT season 2, and so I purchased HBO Max, whatever it's called right now, and so that I could binge watch that. And I did, and that was great. And then because we were traveling, I lost 11 days. And so now I'm paying for 2 months of HBO Max. So I'm trying to watch as much as I can there. And then I'm going to cancel that. And then I'm going to start, I think I'm going to do Apple next because I really, really, really want to watch Widow's Bay with Matthew Rhys. Like, people on Threads are making it sound like it is so good. So I really want to watch that.
Okay.
So the ones that I pay for all the time, I don't really rush to watch unless it's something that's like so good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like binge that one. Like, I was staying up way too late while school was still in session.
Whoa, girl.
It's really good. It's good.
Yeah.
I know you know that I'm a fan of public school.
Correct.
But I also understand that we don't get things right.
Correct.
And I will just say, like, the difference in Elliot going to camp all day versus going to school all day makes me sad.
Oh.
Because like this week, so it's only been today's the 4th day, but like he was really excited to go, which was surprising because he can sometimes be hesitant about new things.
Right.
He's coming home telling stories about what happened during the day. Like, he was in the bath the other night telling me a story, and he kept going, and then blah, 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 and then blah, 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 blah. And in my head, I'm just going, and then.
Right. Got it.
Like, and then blah, 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 and then blah, 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 which never happens with his school day. Other than like the time that the one kid went nuts and the principal chased him around the classroom and the kid threw a shoe and all that. Like, that's the only real like story I've ever gotten from school this year.
Right.
And like, he's just like last night, I mean, we spent an hour, like, he's just like asking questions, and then which leads to another question, which leads to another question, which leads to another. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like he's getting so mentally exhausted at school, or if he's not being like mentally, because like, I mean, at Y Camp, like, he swims, he goes outside, like, he's outside, he's swimming, he's playing, like, he's being physically active all day. I don't think the time and the activities are necessarily super structured like school is. So part of me is like, did I fuck up by not doing Montessori?
Well, you're not done, right? Are you?
But like, I mean, obviously, like, financially, I didn't have a whole lot of options, but
yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, because like, yeah, like this year he was like, I mean, for the last few months of school, it was like a struggle every morning. Yeah. I don't want to go to school. School's boring. So it just makes me sad. Like, I wish that public education, especially when you're in first fucking grade, could be more fun and less like
a beat down.
Let me tell you one way I didn't waste time. Can I tell you that?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
At the end of the school year, so it fits. I did not pack up my classroom this year. I specifically asked my principal, who is now no longer my principal, but oh well, if I could not pack up my classroom, because it is an absolute fucking waste of time. Because like in no other profession, could you imagine if like people who work in offices, there was some point in the year, like maybe before you went on vacation, they were like, okay, but we're going to need you to pack up your whole office and empty all your shelves and empty every drawer, every desk, pack up your computer, put it all in a closet so that we can come in and move all the furniture out and like clean your carpet or strip your floor or whatever. And then I had like a really cool experience where I got to interact with professionals in like the real world. And it just made me really realize like how often teachers or how rarely teachers are treated like actual professionals.
Sure. Yeah.
I was like, physically, it is like incredibly physically demanding and it just takes so much time. And because of it, so it's like I have to pack it all up to unpack it all 2 months later and set my whole room up while I'm also trying to like sit through trainings about bloodborne pathogens that I've already watched online. Just so they can strip the floor that looks good for like a week, because every teacher, once they come in, they start dragging all their furniture across the floor. So yes, so that is one way. And I'm very grateful that my principal was like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care. It just means your floor is not going to get stripped. I'm like, cool, don't care. No fucks to get.
Fine.
Like it'll be like 10 years before they show on the floor. And they do not care.
Yeah.
Yes. Yay for advocating for myself. And hopefully, if there are other educators, just ask. Like, just ask.
Yeah.
Sometimes, a lot of times, especially in the world of public education, we do things just because that's the way they've always been done. And that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that works.
And scene. Your turn. What have you done? How have you wasted time?
Well, sister, I was just wasting a good amount of time while you were telling me about your wonderful ways of wasting time, trying to get us set up on a really cool site called Buy Me a Coffee.
Commercial starting now. Yay. No.
Because I have 2 part-time jobs taking care of people, one of whom doesn't actually pay me to do that, but I do live rent-free, so there's that. I have to pay a lot of income taxes on things. I realize that this podcast actually does cost us money. I don't know if it's worth anything, but we're not making any money off of it. And yet we do have expenses, and I don't need to make up those expenses. But if someone were to contribute to us via something like buymeacoffee.com, then I could write the expenses off like a rich person. I'd still be poor. Let's be real clear. I'm very, 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 very poor. I don't want you to make me rich. You're not rich. If you're rich and you're listening to this, then yeah, I want you to make me rich. But I know you're not. So that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about send a little money to buy us a coffee, offset our necessary production costs, such as having to own a domain so that no one else steals it, having to pay for podcast hosting every month so that these episodes are available to you, having to pay a subscription fee for Audition so that I can edit everything because everything's a fucking subscription now and you can't just own anything outright. Also, I would like to say a little bit of my blood, sweat, and tears because I avoid AI as much as possible. And I know that a lot of the stuff that I do could be done a lot faster if I was willing to use AI, but I'm not. So if you think that's cool, then buy me a coffee. We're over there on buymeacoffee.com/ILoveYouButPod. Also, if you don't even have $2 to spare, I got it. No worries. I don't either. So not a big deal.
Write a review if they don't have $2 to spare.
Yeah, that'd be great. Leave us a review. Find someone who likes listening to podcasts and ask them to listen to this podcast. That'd be great. I've been wasting a lot of other time trying to get us off of Linktree because this week Linktree was like, we now make you use AI and we'll steal all your shit and we don't care. So we got to get off Linktree, but I have not had time to do that because of all the other things that I've been doing, including taking an 11-day vacation in Nashville.
Hey.
At the KKKOA. So that was fun. And a whole lot of white people up in there, including us. It was mostly a great time. So that was wonderful. And we're already looking at planning a beach trip for July and a trip for the fall. If I can get my mother to quit stressing about her credit card and remind her that time is the most valuable commodity that we have. And because we were driving around, we happened to go to Savannah, and Savannah is amazing and beautiful. And a friend of mine was like, hey, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm going to listen to that again. So I downloaded that, and Mom and I listened to it. And it was great. I had already read it once upon a time, and I saw the movie once upon a time. It made me want to rewatch all the parts with Jude Law to see, like, how he portrayed it. Because I think I mostly got hung up on his accent and probably didn't pay too much attention to the acting. And I think I told Ryan that there's a part in the book where they have a scene, I don't know if it's in the movie or not, but it's like the one person other than Jim Williams who spends time with this volatile young man. And she tells the author about an afternoon that they spent together. And he took her out to his favorite place on Tybee Island. And then he took her to the cemetery, the really famous cemetery, Bonaventure. And then he started talking about death and suicide.
That's not in the movie, but okay.
And then I was like, oh, shit. Is that why random hot guys think that I want to talk about death and suicide? Because what?
Just one. It happened once.
And I will actually tie that back in later on, dear sister. So that'll be fun.
I can't wait.
So that was I highly recommend. I recommend that you listen to the book after you go to Savannah so that you don't spend your whole time in Savannah trying to find all the places. Like, go experience Savannah. It's beautiful. I could never live there because it's going to sink into the ocean. And also, it is so hot and humid, but it's lovely and beautifully designed, and I highly recommend it. And then listen to the book after, because if you listen to the book after, you will really appreciate the city. I promise. And then on the last day, when we drove in the car for about 13 hours, all the way back to Texas, I listened to most of the Ministry of Time until I got so angry at it toward the end that I stopped listening.
I bought that book and I started reading it and I stopped and I can't remember why. I don't think
because it made you really angry, I bet.
Maybe. I don't remember. I think maybe I just got bored.
I don't know that I've ever been that angry at a book. I was so mad. So I had to give it a mixed review because it's beautifully written. It really is. And it made me feel something. But I was so mad.
I listened to a book that I started on the way to Nashville and back, and it's very popular right now, YESTERYEAR.
Oh, yeah, that's all over
the TikTok.
And my friend Janelle is also reading it. The way that you described it and the way that she described it.
I don't know anything about it. What I described to you is what I knew going in.
To be fair, the way that you described it to me with that codicil, and the way that she described it, I kept going, is it the same book? I don't know if they're reading the same book. And I was like, it has to be the same book. Like, I don't. But she was in the middle of reading it. So
yeah, no, I actually really liked that I didn't know anything about it because I think it made me enjoy it more. Because that book, I was like, this is fucking wild. Like, all I knew was trad wife blogger wakes up in the past.
Right.
Like, that's literally all I knew going in. Wild.
Also, I want to say we're doing a really good job keeping eye on the time.
That's why you pay for editing software.
Well, I just meant we can't get the time back, but that's fine. So I will say one more thing. I did find out that if you are a resident of the state of Texas, you can get a free library card through the Houston Public Libraries. And they have the Libby app, which the Denton Public Library does not have access to. And Libby has way more books that I want to read than whatever garbage one Denton has, Levy Denton. And so knowing that Mercury retrograde is coming and I'm not going to be able to sleep, but I don't want to work on anything because it's Mercury retrograde, I went and found so many unhinged romantic comedies. I am ready. I have fully prepped for Mercury retrograde starting June 29th.
I imagine we're going to be in Texas with Elliot doing Mercury retrograde. That's going to be so fun.
This summer on the I Love You But podcast, we are watching alternate versions of Shakespeare things. So what does that mean? One, it could mean that we are watching, God, what's that one I fucking hate? Shakespeare in Love. But we're not watching that because we're saving that for a future series called Yucking Your Yums, where we shit all over the movies that you love, like Shakespeare in Love. I hate that movie so much that about once a week, I have to go and recheck our notes app to make sure that that movie is still on the list of Yucking Your Yums. Because I'm like, is it on? I gotta check and make sure it's on there. Like, I fucking hate that movie. Now, I love Shakespeare.
Go in and move it. Like, I'm gonna go into the list and be like, why is this under here? Like, I love that movie.
You might. I don't know.
So many things about me would have to change.
Not that many things, but that's okay. So we are going to be watching a bunch of stuff. And today we're going to talk about the first one that we watched, which is going to be 10 Things I Hate About You from 1999, based on The Taming of the Shrew, written by two women. Yay! How has this movie impacted your life, Ryan? What ways?
Has it impacted my life?
Well, I don't want to say what do you remember because it's
Oh, no. I've seen this movie many, many times because this is one that the Gen Z has a very romanticized view of the 90s. And so this is one that they like to watch. So when we have downtime and I'm like, we're going to watch a movie today because I didn't feel like prepping a lesson or I have a ton of grading to do or I hate life, whatever. I'm teacher of the year. Like this one usually comes up. So I usually watch this one at least once a year.
Oh, wow.
I did rewatch it for this. Don't worry. I didn't rest on my laurels. So yes, it is entertaining. It's still entertaining. So that's nice. This movie came out the fall after I graduated high school. And I remember going to see it in the movie theater with my high school friends, some of whom were still in Denton, some of whom had gone off to like UT or whatever. And so we all went and saw it together, and it was very fun until the one friend started had to say goodbye to another guy friend and was weeping and crying.
Oh,
did not do that when she had to say goodbye to her boyfriend. No, it was really, really fun. I'm very sad that it's I had never heard of Cheap Trick. So the first version of Want You to Want Me is this version, which is good. It's a good cover, but
right.
I had to wait a few years before I was introduced to the original version.
You did things backwards. That's fine. I do feel like this was one of the first really memeable movies. And maybe because of it coming out in 1999, I feel like I see memes from this movie everywhere all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Again, remember, you and I have very different social media.
I know. Yeah. I'm just trying to think. So, okay. Well, that's cool.
Okay. I think it was clear that Heath Ledger was a true talent.
Well, and I'm sad that you watched Off Campus yet, because one of the biggest things about it is how much people are comparing the main guy actor in Off Campus to Heath Ledger in this movie. While I was watching it, I was and then I got online and was like, oh, I'm right. Yay. Woo. Physically, there's a lot of physical and mannerisms. Did he have a secret child who's now 30 or whatever, how old ever that guy is? Obviously, the people that wrote Off Campus, or the woman who wrote the book and the people that wrote the show, are very influenced by things that we also watch because, serenade and other kind of pop-up things. But yes, no, he definitely, there was something very much about him, I think. Heath Ledger. I'm talking about Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I followed the through line. I'm good. I'm with you. I have no real life stories about this movie, no fun things to share, other than I think I've always identified a bit too much feeling like a shrew. Which is weird because I'm not mean. I'm not really a bitch, but also I am a shrew. I feel like that's a true thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying, did you know anyone like this when you were in high school? Because I can't say that I did. I wish that girls
had no time for men.
What?
Right. The girls had no time for men.
Yes,
for boys.
Have the audacity to really be that much of a bitch.
Right.
And it's because I don't even see it now. And it's
so, I mean, I think the girls that were bitches were the popular girls for sure. I know that's different. I think that we had a feminism, but it was more of an intellectual feminism that was softer for sure. But I think with Kat, what you have is this combination of their mom leaving and her burgeoning feminism. And I think that those two things kind of give her this hard shell that.
Yeah. Well, and you also have woman scorned catalyst event, right?
Right. Well, she wasn't scorned, but right.
Not scorned. I don't know. I don't think I know what scorned means, but whatever. Pissed off. Terrible thing that rightfully so, right?
Right. Yes.
As it regarding the white privilege.
Yeah. I did like that the teacher called that out. That was great.
Oh my God. He and Allison Janney, I think, are very integral to this movie being enjoyable for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like
And the dad too. I mean, the dad pushes it too far, but I think with the dad pushing it too far, you kind of get where they're coming from, where like he's pushing them so far in the direction of like, you can never have sex ever, that they're like pushing back against him, which makes sense.
Not like a rebellious way, but in like a we are smart, intelligent women who can be responsible kind of way.
Right. And let us exist. Yeah. I would be remiss if I did not talk about a real life thing related to this that has just happened via Threads, where I waste a lot of time. The actor David Krumholtz, who figures prominently in this film, recently deleted his Threads account. He had been very active and he was popping up places and people were enjoying that. And then somehow he decided to go on and call Yvette Nicole Brown boring. She's the Black woman who was in Community, who I always remember because when Mom saw her on Community goes, oh, she used to be in all our corporate videos. So Yvette Nicole Brown has been working hard for a long time. She is a massive Grease 2 fan.
I knew I loved her. I mean, how could you?
There is zero reason for him to go for her. And don't worry, Threads went for him. And he literally deleted his account.
Which character is he? I don't know actors' names, so which character?
Oh, he's the one who like introduces. He's the one who introduces Joseph Gordon-Levitt to the school.
Okay,
and like,
I thought that's who it was, but that's that's unfortunate. But okay,
yeah. And then weird stuff happened. Like somebody created an account and was like, "This is his wife," and he died. It's like, what are you doing? Threads is a wild, wild place. I highly recommend you hang out there. Yeah, I want to start some beef with a movie trope that I don't like.
Okay.
Cool girls having cool cars.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was a cool girl and I drove a fucking Daihatsu Charade. And it had a grown-ups sticker on the back, which was a Denton-based ska band. And it had a sticker that said, my kid beat up your honor student, which was funny because I was an honor student and I didn't have a kid.
Yes. Will say, though, I like how she's like, I'm driving. Like, that was enjoyable. Looking back, this is what you have to do to be a cool girl. Yeah, so like...
Yeah, it's like Andy had that fucking Carmen Gia, like, in Pretty in Pink. It's like, oh, damn, like...
Yeah. Like these old classic cars. But also, like, to me, it also relates very much to, like, the Delia's catalog. So, because it's that same thing, that it's, like, cool girls dressed, you know what I mean? Like, the unattainability of what it is to be a cool girl in the 90s or the 80s or whatever.
Okay. I would say there's a big difference between the Delia's catalog and a classic car, but sure. In unattainability in certain ways, yes.
Yes.
So when I talk about this movie being memeable, I guess I'm mostly talking about Allison Janney because she shows up writing that smut so many places. Like that, like I would never be able to forget it. I loved it when it happened, but I would never be able to forget it because the internet will not let that die. And I love that they won't let it die. The other thing I would like to say is when they cut into Julia Stiles' house for the first time and she's reading the bell jar, but it's like clearly a cover that they've created.
I'm just sitting here reading my oversized copy of the bell jar.
Exactly.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes. What do you got?
The besotted male character, I think, is very on brand for Shakespeare.
Yes.
Right? So, like, Cameron being just absolutely besotted with, and unfortunately what's not on brand for Shakespeare, I feel like you are much more of an expert with Shakespeare than I am, is like that character was so
yes, she was a bit bland, but I did appreciate that he recognized that.
Yes.
Like he actually saw her personality. He didn't just see, oh, pretty girl. Which I appreciated. Apparently, they also had worked together on 30 Rock. Third Rock from the Sun. And I don't think they got along, so it was kind of cute that they had to work together again, and they were good at it.
That's
So,
interesting.
but no, I appreciate that it wasn't just the "Be Still My Heart, She's So Beautiful." Like they actually bothered to put in that he was kind of like, yeah, but also you're kind of a brat and this kind of thing. But like, it's cute. And, you know, like the whole thing where he recognized why she wouldn't carry a whatever bag with a whatever because whatever. Like, I don't care about any of it, but at least it showed that he was paying attention. So I appreciated that.
Can you ever just be whelmed, Heather?
I don't know. I did like the cowboys eating beans out of the can in one of the
I wrote that down. There are a lot of lines like little one-offs and things like that. I miss the days when two people could go to the movies for $15.
Yeah, I know. When they were naming how much things cost, that was interesting. I would like to say that I would like to say what in the cinematography, because they use the vertigo effect on Allison Janney. So she's sitting there and she's like reading her thing and like the camera zooming in, but she's moving so it looks like the person's staying still but moving at the same time. They had a 360-degree camera turn, which is called cinema veritas. Mm-hmm. On Joseph Gordon-Levitt and David Krumholtz. In the beginning, they were like in the quad and they had the camera just go all the way around them, like Truth in Cinema. They used a crane shot for the neighborhood to show all the pretty houses. And then you've got that great spiral cut where the flyers are being dropped down the staircase and then like Sexy Boy is playing. It's like, what is going on? Is using this much cinematography? So I looked the guy up because it really was like, what the fuck? So his name is Mark Irwin. He's Canadian. And he actually worked on David Cronenberg's early features.
Oh.
And then for some reason, after The Fly, I think? No, Dead Ringers. When Cronenberg did Dead Ringers, he switched to Peter Suklichky. I'm not saying it right, I apologize. And used him all the way through until Crimes of the Future, when he switched to Douglas Cox. So I'm not entirely sure, but I kind of want to read like a bromance now about why David Cronenberg is changing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I think that Peter Szutlitsky, whatever his name is, that he wanted to be a director too. So I think maybe that's part of it.
I have a hot take for you.
I love a hot take. Give it to me.
I think they should stop teaching Shakespeare in general high school English classes.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, okay. Like, who cares?
I don't agree because of that.
I'm sorry. And I was going to save this for a future one. I'll save it for a future one. I get so tired of us prioritizing these, like,
dead white guys.
Important, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's that important. And if you want to know about it, then you can take advanced. I don't know. Like, it seems like then I'm like privileging. It's hard. Like, I can see both sides of it, but I'm just like, ugh. And I'm pretty sure the only one we do is Romeo and Juliet in 9th grade.
Right.
But then also, like, do something better. Like, pick a better one if you're going to. Because then they watch the movie, and, like, I don't know if I could watch that movie every year. The Basilisk.
Well, what I would say is, like, I mean, let's get real. I was reading Shakespeare for fun in, like, 6th grade. So I am not a normal person.
Yeah.
But I do try to imagine what a normal person is like and what's reasonable. And also through lived experience, I will say that the Shakespeare class I took in college, I learned so much more than I ever had in any of the high school situations where I was reading Shakespeare. Mm-hmm. Just because that professor knew more about Shakespeare, right? And the more a person understands Shakespeare, the better they can teach it. And if you can't teach it well, then there's not much point in trying to go. And then just like stick with the sonnets. Like, it's fine.
Like, also maybe a little Chaucer. Like, it doesn't just have to be like, what is it that we're really trying to do by making this a forced part of a like public high school curriculum?
I also think so.
Or put it in Put it in theater classes. Like, make that part of the theater curriculum. But okay, go ahead.
I don't know if we need theater kids reading Shakespeare. So I was listening to My Favorite Murder recently, and they were talking about a time when the Royal Shakespeare Company went in to one of the most famous mental health institutions in England. I think it was in the 80s that they did this. And I've also, there's a company that's done that here in the US where they go into prisons with Shakespeare. And it has a profound impact. So I think that one, Shakespeare, whoever he was or wasn't, that there is a quality and a talent there that we cannot ignore.
No, I'm not saying it doesn't have value.
And also, I think that when you're 15, you haven't experienced anything.
Yes.
And if you haven't experienced anything, you have no way to connect to Shakespeare other than, oh, I'm in love with someone, therefore they're going to teach you Romeo and Juliet, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to miss all kinds of things that go on in that play that have nothing to do with teenage love.
Yeah.
But yes, no, I agree with you. I just had to say more words about it because I'm me.
That's fine. I need you to flesh out my ideas for me, so yes. I feel like the soundtrack was a very split, even mix of the best and worst of 90s music.
I agree.
So, like basically every song that wasn't a woman, I was just like, oh God. Which is weird, because when I was in high school, I didn't like any female bands. Like,
it's true.
My internalized misogyny was very real. The first female band I ever liked was Lush. And when I discovered them, they were no longer a band. It was very sad.
Oh. I would like to say that the use of the R word, the general meanness, dissecting of frogs, all the dick and balls jokes.
Very 90s.
I can't even, PMS jokes, like all that can just go. Like, I don't need any of that anymore. Yeah. And also, Julia Stiles, it's always asshole day.
Yes, it is.
It's called the patriarchy.
Yeah. Well, I do love that when she gets mad at him for not sexually assaulting her. Like when he won't kiss her in the car. Like, does he not kiss her in the car because she's drunk or because he's like, I'm doing this for money and I actually have a conscience?
I don't think he got that into it. I think he wouldn't kiss her because she was drunk. And I don't think he articulated that well. I feel like that's a failing on the writer's part.
Yeah. And then like I was just like, she's pissed off at him because he didn't assault her. Okay, cool. All right.
Because we didn't think like that then.
No, we did not. We did not. Right. I do love how they just like casually go to prom. Like, I'm going to prom at the last minute. Oh, I have this prom, especially watching what prom actually is now and like the insane amount of money and energy and effort and time and thought that teenagers actually put into prom. That's so not real.
Jeff and I almost went to last minute prom one time, and I do wish that we had, because it would have been so much more fun than actual prom.
Yes, actual prom both years was terrible.
I would like to talk a little bit about some of the writing that I appreciated in the character development. I would like to say that the father saying that knowing what you want at 45 but being too old to use it hit a little too close to home. That was not nice. And then also I appreciated that we talk about the sister and she's annoying and whatever, but she does that whole thing about when she's like, you look pensive or whatever. And then he's like thoughtful, or like he doesn't get what pensive means. So like, it's not that the younger sister is stupid. She's just not as smart as her older sister, right? Like she's still intelligent.
Yeah, but she's vapid, right? Like
she's a little bit vapid. I mean, she's definitely more concerned about how she looks and all of that. And yes, she does fall for the charms of the quote unquote handsome guy. But then again, so did her sister. So I did appreciate that. Like
it's interesting to watch because it's not like a flip switches, right? You can see her go through the process of starting to see the cracks in his handsome facade or whatever and charm, but then she's still, and that's just frustrating to watch, right? So it's like, I just wish that young women could be like, oh, you suck, I'm done, and not just like push the red flags away because we're so desperate for whatever.
Male attention, right?
I will say, and the last thing I wrote down was like, when they have the talk and like Julia Stiles is like, so yeah, I had sex, and when I said I didn't want to do it anymore because I wasn't really ready for it, he me. So I don't think you should. And the girl like is like, I'm my own person. Let me do what I'm gonna do. Don't protect me. And then she goes and pouts in her tire swing with her Mary Jane's on and her little pink fuzzy cardigan. I'm like, what was the choice? Like, was this a choice to make her look like a fucking child? I can sex if I want to, basically. It was just like, this is a strange choice. And that's all I have to really say about that movie. So, I mean, the Serenade, we didn't really talk about that. I know that's like a huge, like, iconic thing from this movie.
So I can just say that I don't think I have it anymore, but for many, 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 many years, I definitely harbored the fantasy of being serenaded. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to say I'll turn it down, y'all. I'm here. It's fine. Good luck getting at me, but.
Well, because it shows up, I mean, because you've got, like, Say Anything, which isn't really a serenade, but still, like...
Yeah.
And then you've got Pretty in Pink with Ducky and Try a Little Tenderness.
Yeah.
I mean, it shows up a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it just gets at, like, the fact that most heterosexual men make little to no effort. And so that when you see, like, these grand gestures, right? You're like, oh, they made so much effort. Like, they care about me so much that they did this one huge thing this one time.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Take the trash out. Without being asked. Put the door. Put the toilet seat down. Like that. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's okay. You're going through some things.
That's just...
I did love Heath Ledger clumping down those stairs with no rhythm. Like,
yes.
And then running from the security officers like it was the Keystone Cops. That was pretty cute.
Oh my God. Like swatted the one on the butt.
Yes, that was the best too. Yes. You could tell that was not planned and it was very cute. I love that a lot. I would like to say that as nerdy as I am, and as much as when I find a Shakespeare sculpture in the wild, I do hug it. I have never described myself as being involved with a dead writer.
I'm sorry. You hug statues?
Yeah.
I have never seen you hug a statue.
Yeah, you took a picture of me in Chicago when we found that statue of Shakespeare at the edge of the free zoo, that park.
Were you like full on, like, because when you say when I find a statue, I hug it, like what I see in my head is you just like slowly walking up and like just fully wrapping your arms around and like lingering hugging a statue.
That specific statue is rather tall and it has a big base on it, so it's kind of hard to get at him. So I just wrapped my arms around his feet where someone had placed some flowers, and then you took a picture of that.
Okay, I don't remember that, but okay. All right, okay, that makes more sense. Yes, I too have never been involved with a dead person for sure.
And no shade. I mean, I guess if that's your thing, if that makes you happy. I mean, I feel like she would be thriving now with like AO3 and Threads and all the places for freaky girls to do their freaky things. Like, she was just born in the wrong time.
Yeah, like, I joke about this like political person who I like will show videos of for my students, like being my boyfriend, but like I'm not like we're, I mean, like, I don't know. That's as close as I get to being involved with someone I don't know who's also dead.
Flashing boobs so that he could leave detention. I did not feel like that was a fair trade.
I can't even email a student's personal email address from my work email address without breaking the law.
You don't know. The flashing a teacher, like that is, we have come so far from that. Yeah, and that's interesting to see too, right? Because then also when he like pulls out the switchblade and with the frog, that it's like, nope, definitely not going to school with that, because you can tell this was made like pretty closely after Columbine, or you know what I mean, like,
and lighting a cigarette in shot class or whatever.
Or no, in that same scene, I did love his friend. Like his friend who was like constantly like stop. Like when he lights a cigarette and he just puts it out, and like his friend's like back there like drafting architecture or something. Right. Like the guy has no lines, but like has the whole character. Like I mean, that is like the best like side character acting I think I've seen or some of. Right?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. That's good.
I was like, I want to know that guy better.
Yeah. Let's have a movie with that guy and then have him hook up with girl that's in love with Shakespeare.
Yes. Yeah. Did you watch the outtakes at the end?
No, because you watched it on Disney, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it on Amazon and they won't let you like you can't get to the end. So anyway, were they cute?
Yeah, no, they're fun. They're really fun. There's one with Allison Janney and like, don't know who the other guy, but like the girls are like fight. It's a scene that isn't in the movie, but the girls are fighting after the prom thing at school. And they're like, they turn a corner and Allison Janney is making out with a guy and her skirt's coming down and all of this. And they're like, oh.
So to finish up our discussion of 10 things I hate about you, last thoughts, Ryan Davis.
It's still good. It holds up. I mean, there's a few things, right? Yeah. That we don't love, but I think it's still a quality movie.
Yeah.
That I'm willing to show teenagers of today.
I could watch it again in another 10 or 15 years.
Yes. There's probably less than 10 things I hate about this movie.
Oh, cute. I love it. Earlier, when we were talking in the episode, I was teasing you about how the death and suicide guy was going to wrap back up into the conversation. Mm-hmm. And there's a big plot piece about 10 things I hate about you. Or, as you said, 10 things I don't hate about this movie that we didn't get into.
I don't hate 10 things about this movie.
That was it. We did not talk about the fact that he was being paid to date her and she found out.
Oh, yeah.
And then she wrote him a poem and he gave her a guitar and it was all fine.
I don't want to talk about
this. We don't
this.
have to go into the specifics of it. But ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I don't want to talk about this until I can talk about it in therapy first.
I'm not gonna drag you. I'm not going to drag you.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say that I don't know that there are many people that have had this actual experience in their life where they found out that someone was paid to make a move on them. Mm-hmm. And I actually had this experience courtesy of my sister.
You're not going to drag me. You just dragged me into this.
But no, I'm not going to talk shit. I'm just saying it happened. I'm not dragging you.
Oh, I just meant I'm not sure if the way that I want to I need to deal with it in therapy, the trauma of doing that to you.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I'm not traumatized by it at all.
Okay.
At all. I'm not angry about it at all. And I was angry then. But now I just realized I posted about this on Threads the other day. I'm so autistic that literally if you like me, you have to do something like sit on my lap and start making out with me. And then I'll be like, oh, maybe you liked me. You cannot be subtle with me because I will not. Nope. Nope. I flirt with everybody. I have fun with everybody. I just don't. Nope. It never occurs to me that someone actually likes me. So.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I had that too because you remember I'm just kind of off topic and not to make it about me. I also want to follow up with our listeners. But remember right after high school when my friend Chris came over and we were hanging out, just me and him. And then we we're laying in my bed, just chilling. And he's like, I feel like getting naked right now. I was like, you should probably go home then. And then years later, he actually started dating our other friend. Our friend was dating someone and saw him at a party and he was like, oh yeah, Ryan and I almost had sex once. And I'm like, what? That is not what I thought was happening. Not that I would have been okay, cool, but I was just okay.
And before you go back to the pin that you put in it, I would just like to say, I did not pay your friend to do that.
No, you did not pay my friend to do that. But, dear listeners, please know that this was many, many years ago.
The early aughts.
The early odds. It wasn't in the 1900s.
We were in our early to mid 20s.
Yes. And I had nothing but the best intentions. Yeah. So, like, unlike in 10 Things I Hate About You, it was not selfish. Right. It was really no self-interest other than...
Yeah. And he gave you the money back, right?
I think I don't think he actually took money from me. Like, I think or maybe, I don't know.
He told me he gave me your money back. So that's the narrative we're running with.
He did. I mean, I wouldn't have lied to you at that point. I would have felt too guilty to continue lying. But yes, like, one of my less proud moments of my life.
He did sit on my lap. We did make out. It was all right. It was later, months later, that we were in a car after a rock show having a conversation where he was like, and I could talk about death and suicide. So apparently, as much as that might have broken me in some way, except that it didn't because zero trauma and I'm autistic, I broke him, which makes so much more sense. And for one last thing about 10 Things I Hate About You, I do really want to give props to the two writers, their writing team. And they subsequently, after 10 Things I Hate About You, wrote both Legally Blonde and The House Bunny, which are both excellent college age female-led situations.
Are you surprised that I didn't know that?
It felt like you didn't do much research on this one, so I'm not surprised.
I don't do much research on them.
That's not true. Sometimes you go deep.
Oh, okay, but I don't ever go deep on like the writers and the cinematographers and I leave that to you because it does interest me.
What? After all this time?
Thank you. That is it for this episode of I Love You, But. What made you laugh? What made you cringe? What did we forget? And what should we talk about in future episodes?
We want to know your thoughts. Find us on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at I Love You But Pod, or email us at iloveyoubutpod@gmail.com. Listener email and comments may turn up in future episodes.
This podcast is independently produced by us. You can support our show in a few ways, like maybe tell all your snarky besties to listen.
Be sure to rate, review, and follow I Love You But wherever you get your podcasts. And now you can help offset our production costs with a donation to buymeacoffee.com/I Love You But Pod.
Thank you.
I'm Heather Davis.
And I'm Rian Davis, and we wish you lots and lots of conditional love.